season, particularly on the defensive end. I think he's now sixth in blocks in the NBA.
Damn, that's crazy. I mean, he's really competing on that end. I think since he's been here, he's shown, that he's a very capable defender, and he's taken at it, up a couple notches, this year, which has been great for us. He's really changing the game on that end for us.
Draymond, you've been in attack mode the last few games. What's been the process behind that? Did you just flip a switch and decide to do it? Do you feel better? Like, what's been the motive?
I think it's a mixture of everything. I think obviously getting my legs back and my conditioning under me, kind of getting the flow and the rhythm, and kind of trying to pick and choose my spots. It's a new team, so having to figure all of that out. But I just told myself, I just need to be aggressive, and I think when I'm aggressive, we're a better team. So I'll stay that way.
Draymond, given that your minutes didn't line up with James Wiseman's as much as they usually do, how many conversations were you able to have with him, on the bench, and were you able to sort of mentor him and teach him throughout the game like you were doing?
Yeah, of course. Just like at the end of the day, don't want to say something to him all the time. You want to kind of let a guy play, and not always in his head. But where I see fit, if there's something that I can tell him to help him, I still did.
Did you see anything maybe tonight that showed growth, or maybe why him coming off the bench could be beneficial for him as far as his development?
I think every night he's showing growth, even on the nights that he don't play as well. He every night I think he's shown growth, and he's a much better player than he was 5-6 weeks ago. So he's getting better each and every time we step on the floor, and that's key. I think him coming out the starting lineup, that lineup hadn't been good, and when you're the young guy, that's just kind of what happens. It could have been me, it could have been Kelly, it could have been Wiggs, it could have been anybody, coming out to try to figure it out. So, for him, he just happened to be the young guy, and in 5-6 years that may happen, that the lineup may struggle in the beginning, and there'll be another young guy, and that guy will probably get taken out, So, I think no matter if he's coming off the bench or not, he's one of the most important players on this team, regardless of, when he come in the game.
Draymond, on a broader sense to that, it looks like he's getting down on himself a little bit more over this last stretch. What do you say to a younger player like James when he has been struggling and he's bouncing in and out the way he has been in the lineup?
Just stay aggressive. That's what I always tell him. Stay aggressive no matter what. I don't give a damn if you turn the ball over or whatever you do. Only issue I have is if he's not aggressive. And, if you make mistakes because you're too aggressive, you'll figure that stuff out, as, he get more experience under his belt. The only thing that, bothers me is if he's not aggressive. Other than that, who gives a damn?
Could you break down how the starting lineup changed and what it did, why it worked so well?
Oh, it's one game, so let's not go too crazy.
What did you like?
We got out to we built the lead to start the game. That was good. I think, that team, we still got to improve as a team overall, though. It's not just one lineup. We got to continue to improve. Even tonight, we had 21 assists, like scoring 130 points, having 21 assists. That's not great, So we got to continue to improve across the board, everybody.
Draymond, how long is fair for a team's identity to lock into place? Steve keeps saying maybe like 20 games. That's when we'll have an idea. Does 20 feel about right? Does that number feel arbitrary? How long does it take to shape identity?
I think any number is arbitrary. You can never say when something's going to click or not. So I think at this point, any number is arbitrary. And saying that, 20 games in, you better be figuring it out because everybody else figuring it out at that point. So, we just got to keep getting better each and every time we step on the floor, and looking at where this team is today and where we were 6 weeks ago, it's night and day. So just keep getting better.
Draymond, Chris Alvarez from ABC7. How important is it to have Clay on the sideline or the bench just for attitude-wise, and then also maybe another set of eyes to help the young guys coaching-wise?
It's always important, to have Clay around. Just his presence is always felt, when he's around. Obviously, our guy, we love to have him here. So, anytime he can be around is always great for everybody.
Draymond, is there even an ounce of you that, I assume you guys have the Wolves first round pick, and when you're beating them, do you think about that at all?
Maybe Bob. I hope no player ain't thinking about that. How many guys on this team, like 15 or whatever it is? I guarantee you not more than 5 people know we got the Timberwolves pick in this locker room. It's not something that you really focus on as a player. Also, us losing it in one game, I highly doubt if that determines whether we get their pick or not. So, and we need wins. So maybe it'd be great if we had some wins in our back pocket and some games that we could trick off. Well, we don't got that type of setup. We're 9-8. We need wins.
Draymond, as a Steph's ace over these last several years, how can you tell when he's not in rhythm? Like when his offensive game isn't there?
I don't really want to tell everybody else that. I can
knew you would say that.
I can kind of people just like that. Sometimes I can tell before the game, but been together for 9 years, so that's for everybody else to figure out, though. But I can tell.
But better question: is there things you can do and the team can do to make sure he's in the rhythm, especially like a close game where you'll need him in the fourth quarter?
I think, just always trying to set screens, get them open. Sometimes at times getting them off the ball, I think helps a lot. When he's on the ball, teams are really locked in and focused on him. So getting them off the ball sometimes help. But Steph's going to find a way to get going somehow. When he's not. So that's just that.
Draymond, with that being said, obviously late in the fourth quarter, that stretch, I believe it was 14 in about 3 minutes. Does that ever get old for you? Just as a basketball fan, seeing something like that take place. Steve called it brilliant and rare. What is it like from your perspective?
I'm not sure as a basketball fan if that would ever get old to anybody unless you're not a fan of the Warriors or Steph, which there are plenty of those people out there. And saying that, I'm not sure watching that gets old to anybody. Unless you're just kind of on the wrong end of it. But it's amazing.
Draymond, what was the post-game Ric Flair woo session at the end there with Juan?
Boom. Boom. Wasn't woo, it was boom.
Was that directed at anybody?
Boom. Y'all have a great night.